Hello, good people of the internet. Hello, ciao. How are you tonight? Um, Greetings to everyone. Anybody coming in? It's been more quiet lately. Maybe it's the cooler weather, although it's warm here today. I've got my air on. Hey, Elizabeth. Um, I'm gonna give it a couple minutes to give people a chance to hop in, but I have to show you this wizardry of a card that Delina sent me. Wait till you see this. I absolutely have to figure out how this one was made. It is so cool. So Delina, if you're watching, thank you. She sends me a lot of cards, and I rarely ever show cards here because I just don't remember to do it. I'm just, a space cadet. Um, did I say hi to Linda? See what I mean? So while we're waiting, yesterday I made English muffins for the first time. Hi Paula with my sourdough starter discard. And I couldn't be more excited. Hi Terry. Bob's ready to go. I'm going to feed him tomorrow evening. I'll do his regular morning feeding and I'm going to feed him tomorrow evening to prep for baking a sourdough loaf on Sunday, I think. Because you gotta let that stuff proof. Hey, Jana. So Delina sent me this card. Okay, and it just looks like a normal, like this kind of card, right? And there's this thing here. It says, look inside. I'm like, what do you mean, look inside? Well, if you open this, and it fits together very nicely, by the way. Let's see if I can get it open. I struggled getting it open. This opens too. When you open this, it's locked. It won't open out bigger. Isn't that a cool card? But look, isn't that so cool? I gotta figure out how to make that. So yeah, I'm not ready. Bob's not ready to go in the fridge yet. Hi, Yvette. Hey, Lori. Um, he hasn't fully peaked. It's slow because it's been cold here and I don't keep my heat on. So it's really, really cold where he lives. And I don't really have a way to keep him warm. I've been thinking about investing in a warmer, but we'll just see how he does. But once I get him going, then I'll keep him in the fridge. And all you do is when you're ready to cook with it from the fridge, is you take it out and you feed it and you wait for it to rise. Isn't that the coolest card? Um, because you have to, if you think about it, a lot of starters are just a little bit, right? And you have to have like 500 grams for a loaf of bread. So you feed it a lot. When you take it out of the fridge, you feed it enough to make enough starter for you to put in your bread recipe. So cool. Such a cool card. And here you would never even know. And there's the back. I just love this. I am definitely going to mentally deconstruct this. I'm not going to physically do that, but I think I can mentally do it. I can see that this is probably an 8.5 by 11 sheet that has been cut, and then these pieces are like woven through, and then these pieces are added on later. Maybe we'll try it. But since we're working with my stash that I've never worked with, and none of this, well, this one was new that I never opened, and this is a Brutus Monroe little cats. So I thought I'd do a cat birthday. And then I have a present here because I was looking at the presents and have balloons. I don't know that I'll use those, but I have a sentiment, and this has dies to go with it. And this is a Hero Arts that my friend Chow sent me, oh gosh, years ago. And then Nancy sent me this years ago, and I've never even used it. Shame on me. And then this one came as a freebie from Stamps of Life from Stephanie. No, who's Stephanie? Wait a minute. I think it's Stamps of Life. Yeah, it is. The Stamps of Life. It was a freebie. So, but first we're going to make our background. So I took out this medical paper. So I want to make a nice colorful birthday-ish background. And let me get out a piece of my, I don't care if it gets dirty. I don't care if this gets dirty either, but what happens to me is I forget and then I lay my stuff on it. And I am going to start by wetting this down a little bit. This stuff I found you have to be careful with. It melts. It burns, I mean, melts. And I think I'm going to use my spray stains and I'm going to just kind of splatter because I want kind of a spotty situation. And this is sponge sugar. And I'll be cutting this out, so I'm not using the entire piece. I just want to make sure I have enough here so I can pick and choose where I cut from. I'm kind of focused on this area right here. And then I'm going to take my heat tool and I'm going to give that a dry. Uh-oh, heat tool's caught up in my microphone. Get out of there. And this you can hardly see, but once we start adding the other colors, and I may have to go with the darker pink, we'll see. I'm going to give that a dry. And see, some gets left behind, so I can just kind of lay it back in there and grab more. And just if you ever get this stuff and you use it, just make sure you keep your heat tool moving. Don't let it sit in one spot because I burned one. It will burn. All I did was burn a hole in it. It's not a big deal. Hey, Teresa. Yeah, I would too, Terry. And I bet she saw it on a video too, but I don't know. She didn't say. I'm going to come in now with some squeezed lemonade. And I'm just doing the same thing. I'm just splattering some on. We want to keep this light and airy. It's a birthday. And most likely, I don't know, by the time I get around to sending my brand new granddaughter a welcome card, she'll be one. That's how quick it goes. And then we'll just dry it. You definitely want to dry between layers when you're doing something like this. There must have been something on this thing, but that's okay. We don't mind lots of colors. All right, and then let's come in with the salvage patina. This is medical paper, so you'll recognize it as soon as I put it up on the screen. It's the kind we sit on at the doctor. And I bought it online from some retailer that sells this stuff. And it's not the fanciest stuff. It's probably for the clinics, you know. Yep. Hey, Dawn. All right, let's get some salvage patina on here. We'll just make this a light and airy moment. Now, if I want to spread those out, they will spread, and I'll show you, but not much. And I don't want to get it too wet. But see, they will spread, and they will run somewhat. Go ahead and get that dry. You guys believe it's almost Thanksgiving? This time is just slipping away. Okay. It's still a little bit damp. I want to crinkle it up. I do too, Dawn. It's just fun. And the reason I bought it, and I mentioned it last week, is this guy that I follow, his name's Eddie. Eddie Makes Art, was using it on his gel plate. And I thought I want to try that. Still a little bit damp right here, so I want to give it a little bit more drying. Bring that down a little bit. Because it's not, because when it's wet like that, it doesn't take the crinkle as well. I know, right? Where did the year go? Uh, where did the 65 years go? Okay, and I'm going to just kind of straighten that out because remember, I'm only using a portion of it. And then the final touch is I want to add some gold splatter to it. And my favorite splattering is this Col Colrio, Coliro. I'll get it right. Um, because it really is shiny. And I think I want to go with this gold right here. These are gold and silver pearl colors. So I'm just going to get that nice and wet. Find my little brush. Any brush will do. This stuff cleans nicely out of the brush too. If I let it dry on the brush, it won't break anything. What brush do I want? This one, I think. You got to get it really, really wet though. Like put some water in, let it soak for a few seconds, and then put some more water in. And just load up that brush. Grab something to tap with and just start tapping it on. And it doesn't show up wonderfully when you first put it down until it dries. Ah, it's all tapping onto my forehead. I can feel it. That means it's probably getting on my camera lens too. It's okay. It's just an iPhone. Let's do it this way. It's a little bit more controllable. It just somewhat. Sometimes not. Okay, that's enough. You don't need a ton. Let's dry that off. Being careful not to burn it. Okay. We're making a birthday card. So I'm using my stash, and this is medical paper. Let's straighten this out just a little bit. And now I want to attach it to a card front, or not a card, yeah, a panel. So I'm going to grab white, I think. Yeah, white's going to give it the best. And I'm going to grab my Mod Podge. And a brush that you guys will have to excuse me while I go wash out because I didn't think this through. Didn't bring water with me. Let's just take the Mod Podge and just brush it on. Where'd that hair come from? I don't have any animals up here, so it doesn't make sense that there's hair, but there is. Oh, it could be mine. Although, now that my hair's gotten long enough, I keep it in braids almost exclusively, so it doesn't get in my mouth. My hair drives me crazy. I can't stand it. Especially if it tries to travel in my mouth, which it does. Finds its way down my throat all the time. So you notice I didn't put put the Mod Podge on there super, super thick. But there's still a couple of spots that aren't covered. Problem. And then I'm going to coat the front as well. And this is a matte Mod Podge. So I probably just wrecked my gold and I'll have to add more. No biggie. I think I have a bottle of water in here. In fact, I know I do. I just need to find a little container to pour some in. It's not drinkable by now. It's been sitting here for a month, but there we go. Got myself probably the final stink bug of the season, this just before the live started. I understand, Dawn. I have fibromyalgia as well. And that's why, here's what I do. I wash my hair, I brush it out or comb it out, and then I put clips in my bangs because they're not long enough to go down into my braids, and then braid it, and I'm done. It stays like that until the next time I wash it. I take the braids out at night though, because I don't like I can't stand the feel of the ties that go, hold it together. All right, let's get this dry. Just tamping that down anywhere where it wants to bubble or not sit. All right, let's trim off that excess. And it's still a little bit damp, but that's okay. It'll dry while we're doing the stamping and die cutting. I'm going to make fried chicken after this. Just the legs. They were cheap. Mike bought a huge pack of them, and he's got his on the grill smoking. I don't necessarily like smoked food very much, so I said just set me some aside and I will fry it up for myself. Excuse me. There we go. Yeah, gosh darn, it sounds like we're sisters from another mother because I had 5 kids too. All boys. Now I'm just kind of making sure this is sticking down. Oop, ew, stinker. Uh-oh, no bueno. Okay. Let's just I'm going to give that a pound, so pardon the noise. Make sure it's in there good. There we go. There's our background. And the gold, I think I'm going to do some more gold splatters on it, but I'm going to let it dry for a little bit. So let's move right along. Yeah, technically, I will grow my hair really, really, really long, and then I'll go into the, listen, I don't like going places, but I'll make myself go to one of those cheapo haircut places and get it pixied off, and then start the cycle all over again. Definitely well loved. I mean, I've never had that happen with this one. The other one, my mini one, which I dropped on the floor, and I still haven't picked it up. Let me see here. It will seize up because this little doodad keeps coming out. All I have to do is just pound it back in. No biggie. Okay, so we have these. I'll have to fussy cut. I have to decide if I want their faces or if I want their paws. I think I like the paws, but then they have to be sticking out up over something, so that's where the presents are going to come in. And I think that's why I grabbed this one too, because it's got a set of 3 presents, so that's a lot less work. So we'll start with the paws. And I think what I'll do is I'm going to ink blend those rather than try and color them with markers. So I'm going to grab them out of here and then grab a piece of papele. Gosh, you guys, I'm getting low on paper and it's so expensive now. I don't want my accent opaque. I've got like 4 pieces of that left. I'm looking for my hammer mill. Here we go. And I just need, I'm just kind of measuring how I want to get my colors on. And I'm going to go with the same colors. So I've got Salvage Patina. Where are you, baby? I've got Spun Sugar. And I've got Squeeze Lemonade. So we'll make a little rainbow. Dun, 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 dun. I'm just going to use, I think I want to use, you know, I have little finger blending tools, but I have no idea where in the world they are. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? So I'll just use little brushes. Let's find my little brushes. Golly, guys, I got crud everywhere. Where did I put my little brushes? There they are. Hope there's no stink bugs hiding in here because it was up high and I haven't touched them in a while. So we'll start with the pink. Oh, that's fun, Dawn. I love Unity stamps. Pink. Just bring that pink out a little bit. And then we'll go in with the squeezed lemonade. And then we'll go in with the Salvage Patina. That's pink. I may have to rethink how I've done this. Because I don't think I made it quite long enough. I'll just add some more pink. We'll come out with this yellow a little bit more over here. And we'll come in with some more spun sugar, which probably this isn't even spun sugar. It's probably picked raspberry because I don't clean these brushes. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I need to go quite a ways more. Let's come back with the squeezed lemonade. Oh, you know what? In fact, let's come in with the pink right here. See if we can get some purple going out of that. Not so wonderful. Let's get it straight here. There we go. Okay, that'll work. Yes, hello. Good to see you. Hello, Flo, which is also Andrea. Okay. So we'll go ahead and get this in here. And since this is a brand new stamp, I'm going to give it a little bit of love here with my fingers. And I'm also going to throw a magnet down. And then I'm going to get my VersaFine Clear because I know it'll go nicely over the oxides. Oh, that last part I didn't need to worry about. It's black. Good to see you, my friend. It looks like I can cut these out individually. That'll take forever, though, but I kind of like the idea of doing that. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. That one kind of looks a little bit strange. I think I need to draw some little claws on it because it looks more like a mushroom. Let me grab, where is my Cricut pen? Golly, I might have to turn my air on in here. I'm sweating now. It's because I'm drinking coffee. All right, we'll just use pencil. No, pencil's not going to work. Where is my doggone Cricut pen? Is that you over here? No, that's an embossing pen. Okay. Too much stuff, you guys. Too much stuff. It's my experience these don't draw well over Distress Oxide. Let's just put some little claws on this one just so it stops looking like what I think it looks like. Oh, I hope they didn't have that. Well, I gave him his claws back. He looks way better now. I'm not a fan of that. Mike had a cat that he found. She had been abandoned, and she was a beautiful white Maine Coon. She had been abandoned underneath a house where he lived in Illinois. And, you know, so he grabbed her, but she had been declawed, and she really suffered a lot for it. Like the litter box is painful for their little feet, and, you know, unless you're rich and you can afford fancy schmancy litter. And listen, when you've got 8 or 9 cats, that's just not a possibility. Um, they really suffer. So I'm not a fan. Not a fan of decline. Now I need to let this dry. Right. Are you a crafter if you don't have too much stuff and you can't find what you need? Hi, Cordelia. Oh yeah, Jim. I fell in love with this stamp the first minute I saw it, and I went, okay, I'm buying that, and then I never used it. And I can see that my ink is still wet, so I don't even want to attempt to cut that out. Let's do some banners. I've got to do the banners. I've got to do the presents. Okay, let's hope these come apart. Like I said, they've not been used. Okay, they are going to come apart. Ooh, maybe not that one. I mean, they have been used. It's just I haven't used them. And so they've been sitting here for at least 4 years. That one in particular is just stuck on there. I have other ones, but my whole intent for this series is to use stuff I haven't used. I'm not giving up. I'm as patient as can be. There we go. It was just stuck on that one part and this one part. Come on, baby. You can do it. Hi, Anna. It's almost like somebody put glue there. Okay. And I'm pretty sure, yep, I have the die. So, gosh, I'm gonna have to color these. Let me grab my color chart here. Get as close as I can to the colors that we're using. R15, and I'm not going to do any fancy coloring on them. Trust me. I need a little piece of scrap to write that down because by the time I walk over to my pens again, I'll forget. R15. And then the yellow looks like Y050. And the salvage patina looks like G326. My G's always look like 6s. This is why I never handwrite anything. Okay, let me go grab those. Before I do that, let me stamp this out so it has a minute to dry. Okay, I'm going to have to get another piece of paper. And this I'm going to stamp with my Simon Hurley Stellar because, well, I love it for alcohol ink marker, especially since I'm going to be using yellow. Let's see, because I might want 2 of them. Let's see how well it stamps. Yeah, it's the Brutus Monroe Clouder of Cats. Yeah, it stamped out okay. There's one little spot there, and there's probably, oops, and one little spot right here. I got ink all over my finger, you see? I have to pay attention to that or I'll get ink on everything. Oops, I keep touching it. Get your fingers out of there, T. Now I got my elbow in it. Why do I leave the lid off when I know that's going to happen? These don't feel like photopolymer. They feel like silicone. Which I'm not knocking. I don't have an issue with silicone stamps. Never have. I have to think about the shape of this because I'm going to be die cutting it. Otherwise, I'm going to be stuck fussy cutting it, which I mean won't be the end of the world, but why? Yeah, because they won't come off. No doubt. No doubt. No stamps that stick, please. Okay, that's good enough. That can have a chance to dry. Let's just get that ink out of my face before I get into trouble. That's why I think they're silicone, because of the way that popped right off of there. And the way they feel. All right, we'll take this out and I'll go grab my colors. And again, not going to do fancy coloring, maybe. I'm just going to grab solid colors R15, Y050, G326. It's dark over here. 12, 15, and G326. Where's G326? There it is. Okay. It's be a very happy little card. Thank you. I could have taken my flashlight over there, come to think of it. So the only thing is you want to make sure your ink's dry, but this ink dries really quick. Two, three. Two, three. One, two, three. Okay, and we'll go with the yellow. Here's what I'm talking about. This stuff just doesn't smudge like other black inks do. It just makes me thrilled because I've always dreaded using yellow alcohol markers on a stamped image until now. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. Yes, welcome to membership. That's very generous of you. Okay. These colors are pretty close to the oxide colors. They're close enough to count. And then let's start this one with the blue. We're going to see how these cut out. 1, 2, 3. And certainly you could go to all the trouble of doing all the fancy shading and stuff. I'm not a fan. I mean, I like it okay. When I'm not live and, you know, on a time constraint, because I'm not that fast at it. Because I can't, it's way over here. Typically, you know, this is going to be right next to my face where I can actually see. Okay, and then we'll go with the yellow. Yeah, they're fun. It's, you know, they're definitely celebratory colors, but they're also non-committal to either kind of gender. Excuse me. It's because I'm drinking coffee. And what I discovered when I made myself a cup of coffee from this morning's coffee pot is that there are tiny little grounds in there that I haven't been seeing, and I've been wondering what in the heck feels so gravelly in my throat. What is it? Well, friends, it's coffee grounds. Hey, Peggy. But I drank it anyway. We'll still give these a little special touch with a white pen. So, well, I'm working on my cooking, my little cooking journal, and I had to text my son and tell him to send me a screenshot of my Ebel skimmer recipe, and he did. So I made them the other morning with the fresh buttermilk that I'd made from butter that I made, which was so much fun. Let's go. Can't really see it on the white, but we'll just add a little bit of highlight here. I'm not even looking to do a perfect job, just a tiny bit. I enjoyed your guys' watercoloring. I fell asleep though, and it's no reflection on you. It just happens to me. I've been waking up at like midnight and not being able to get back to sleep until 3 or 4 in the morning. This is what anxiety looks like, friends. And listen, there's nothing there, like there's nothing other than, those ADHD and anxiety moments where you think, oh God, the whole world hates me and I might as well just, go crawl in a hole. I know that on the surface, I know that's not true, but when you have ADHD and you have anxiety, those thoughts possess you. Hey, Ellen. Okay. Now this is the moment of truth because did I get these on here straight? And it looks like I kind of did. And it looks like in order to cut this out on my scout, I'm going to move my water right this second way over here. Because I don't need any accidents. And let's grab this. I'm going to have to trim my piece of paper in between here in order to get this to fit through my scout. Well, it's happening again, friends. I'm building myself into a small little space. Try and push things off to the side so you don't see the sloppy mess that I'm making. That I have to clean up before tomorrow morning. And I've been on a deadline. I have a couple of videos due Saturday. And I've just been dragging my feet on it because I just couldn't think of projects. I finally got them done, but with the materials that I have to use for those particular videos, it's really limited on what I can do. Oh, yum, Kerrygold. Oh, wait, somebody has a cow? I want a cow. I was trying to find a place to source, actual cow's milk here in Huntsville. But sometimes I'm afraid to search for things. And you know what happens too when you do a Google search. Next thing you know, in your Instagram feed, there it all is. Everything you searched for, in a lot of times way out of context. Yeah, that cow would be great. Cow would be fabulous. Well, I got it a little off, but I can trim that excess. No big deal. All right, let's get the second one. Then we have to do the presents because the cats have to be reaching up out of something. Oh, this one I got way off. That's the tricky part about those kinds of stamps, those long stamps that have coordinating dies, is you have to make sure you get them on there right. And I'm just not gonna give myself a little headache about it. So, you know, I had to use store-bought milk, but it doesn't matter. It was still delicious. And then, so I made the butter and, of course, ended up with buttermilk. A lot of it. I just used the last of it. My chicken's soaking in it. Which is good. I don't buy buttermilk because I don't use it that often. And I definitely wouldn't drink it. Ugh. But some people do. And I'm not knocking them. Okay. We've got our background. We've got the little banners. Let's get the paws going. And those are going to be fussy cut. You know what? To be honest with you, Elizabeth, this would probably be the only one and only time I ever use that set. Which is why I recently did a huge de-stash, because I have so much stuff that sits around and doesn't get used. But I didn't let go of all of it because I wanted to do this, and I want to do an Advent in January. And I have myself a little thing of a daily Advent for January. Uh, okay. You don't have to be perfect, but it would be good if you're fairly close. Yeah, I may end up cutting these out individually. It might be easier. Then I can put them back together any way I want. But for now, probably Christopher has SVGs for this, but that's going to mean I have to go to my computer, which is in the other room, because I don't keep anything like that on my Mac, um, or my iPhone for that matter. Everything's on my Windows and my Androids. Okay, get those three. I'm just kind of piling them together, and I'll make a decision on how I want to handle them when the time comes. Oh, that's a good idea, Ellen. And I did buy some of those super cubes. I didn't buy the brand name, because I am, food prepping for individual meals. And so I did buy some, but they are 1 cup size. I want to grab some of the half-cup size ones and some of the ice cube ones, because I also happen to love roasted garlic. And my fresh herbs, I had to freeze them in like a bag. And so, trying to find a Ziploc bag in your freezer, mm, not so much. Eggs are so cute. Okay. The presents. We've got our cats. Let's trim this down. I'm going to do 3 3/4 by 5. Yeah, I mean, I will share I will make, you know, a big, and, you know, if Mike's not grilling or whatever he does, because he has a permanent guest that I won't, I don't want to cook for. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Once in a while I might, but he has to cook for that guest, and so he cooks for himself, and so I just cook for myself. And then if he wants to share dinner with me, he can come up and eat with me. I will give him a cube of my food. Let's do, just to keep this gender neutral, let's do that maybe on a blue card base. Okay, think about that. And then also maybe give it a little black border. We'll see. Yeah, I think I'll probably give it a little black border. Toe beans. Okay. So, I am not going to use my expensive paper for a black border because I have this black mirror cardstock and it is very, very black. And because it's such a tiny border, it doesn't really matter that it's a mirror cardstock, if that makes sense. So I'm going to trim this down. And let's trim this down to, so I had that at 3 3/4. So we'll just do it a little over 3 3/4. A little bit over 5. And just by comparison to our expensive favorite black paper, it's even blacker. So, I would like to have a cat with extra toes, please. Give me the extra toes. Okay, I'm going to use liquid glue on this, and I'm going to have to lay something heavy on it. So I'm going to put it kind of up here and out of our way. Out of my way. Let's use the art glitter glue. Yeah, it got to like 20 degrees here the other day with the wind chill. It was crazy. And then today it was 70. Yeah, the black hole paper I love very much too. But I'm almost out and I can't afford any more right now. So this is clogged. Dang it, Bobby. Oh, shit. So, sorry. Shoot. Shazbat. Okay. I want to use this because it grabs the quickest. There we go. And I'm not putting it too close to the edges because I don't want it to ooze out. But this cleans off the mirror cardstock a lot easier than it cleans off of the black hole, which it doesn't at all. Just want the tiniest border. Almost got too tiny there. Let's see. Scoot you up just a little. That'll do, pig. Oh, come here. I'm trying to get this out. Everything's in my way. There. Let that dry for a moment. And okay, now back to business here. The presents, the presents, the presents. Luckily, they're not too stuck. I'm not going to do the balloons. I think it'll be too much. But I need to do the presents. Let's see. Okay, let's do one big present and then the rest. Okay, where did that stamp set go? I lost an entire stamp set today. I finally found it, but yeah. Where did it go? Where did he go, George? Did I put it back? No. Because I need the individual present out of it. It was the Hero Arts, had the dies and everything with it. Where the heck did I put it? My God. I just hate the spaciness of myself. Are you under here somewhere? No. Are you over there somewhere? No. I know I moved it. I know you guys feel my pain. I know you do. It's like when your scissors are there and you just can't see them. Ah, there she is. Okay. 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 See, there's a present in this set too. And these were previously loved by my friend Chow, who knows I'm a cat lover. And they don't want to come out. This was in a kit, a Hero Arts kit. I don't see 2021. Well, I mean, this is just totally tearing, so I'm just gonna let it tear. Let it tear. It makes great borders. These are pretty stacked too, but they're Hero Arts, so I know they're better quality. Okay, let's get another paper. I think I'm gonna just get my paper from Michael's from now on, unless I need a specialty paper, because it's getting ridiculous. Let's go here. And how am I going to do those? I think I'm going to ink blend those. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and get those ink blended first. And I need to go about yay tall. And I'm going to go a different route this time. Always looking for something, you guys. Always. Okay, fine. This mug back up here. I don't know what we're going to get here, but this is what I'm trying for. It may turn out hideous. Sit still. Oh, thank you, Cordelia. That's sweet. Oh, you made in 2021, Elizabeth? That one with the cutout leaves? I was there lurking for a little bit, but I had stuff to do. I wish I had more time, but I don't. Next year I will have more time. Some commitments I'm giving up. So the only thing about this paper is wetting it is kind of funky NASA because it's not meant to get wet, but I'm going to get it wet anyway because I want these colors to kind of run. So because what happens is it just basically immediately soaks up the water unless you get it super duper wet. And even then, let's do a little bit of splatter on there too while it's wet. We'll just make these presents as gaudy as possible. Yeah, yeah, I do too. And or I'll turn them on and then I'll have to, go do whatever I'm doing and I'll just leave them running. And more often than not, and Cordelia knows about this, Mike comes in the room and wants to visit, and I can't listen to both at the same time, so I have to turn it off, which totally ticks me off. Sometimes I'll just turn it down. I'm gonna go grab some of this solar spray. We'll make these shiny. I think deep end's gonna be a good color. We'll find out here in a minute. And let's get that dry. This is so wet. Oh, I kind of like the other side better. Go figure. But too much goes with that one. This one, nah, I don't know. I don't know if I like this. I don't think I'm going with this. It's too, nope, 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 nope. Don't want to do that. Change my mind. I'm allowed, right? I'm allowed to change my mind. I think I'm going to color them. Thank you. I'm just going to color them. Let's just get a new piece of paper because I just got black ink or got something on there. I'm going to fussy cut these so it doesn't really matter how they're laying. I'm just trying to conserve as much paper as possible. So we'll get the Stellar. And I'm getting ink all over my platform, but that's okay. You can tell a well-loved stamp when it's furry like that, or a poorly clean stamp. I don't know. They look clean to me. This one's never even been used, this middle one. Okay. And then let's move this over here. Okay, that's where it's going because, yep, I knew it. It's still got residual ink on it. Yeah, this is a mini Misty. I love her. She wasn't cheap though. I mean, honestly, I think it was only about $20 less than the regular Misty, which I have as well. But this one's just so much more convenient. This is alcohol in this sprayer. And yep, I do clean my stamps with alcohol, and I've never ever had a problem. But if you're worried about it and you still want to clean them with alcohol, just clean them with some water afterwards. I'm not worried about it. It gets most of the black off. I'm just going to poke these over here and probably lose them. It is what it is. Okay, we'll give those a second to dry. And then we'll put our, let me just get some hand sanitizer here and clean off any debris off my hands. Okay. Move you aside for a moment, grab you. Now, what did I do with the card base? There it is. Boy, I barely have any black sticking out there. I'm never very good at getting these straight, but that's fine. We'll put that part on the bottom. Now, let's see, where's my glue? I need better glue pins. Well, they wear out after a while, coming in and out of your glue, you know, for months and months and months. This card base is way crooked. I could see that. I'm going to fix that before I glue that down. I can barely tolerate a crooked card base. Okay, let's get you down. There we go. Okay, time. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm running into Sean and Walter's time. These things take time sometimes, though. Right. I know I still have my markers out. We're staying monochromatic here. You could put little polka dots or something on the presents if you wanted to. I'm sad that they moved to Thursday night because then I have to feel rushed. I don't have to, but you know, I do like to support my fellow crafters best I can. And I think we'll go yellow bow on this one. So don't feel bad if you want to run off. I don't. Let's do blue bow on this one. We're just going to pretend those are bows that look like that. We'll do yellow bow on this one. Pink bow on this one. Blue present. They go, yeah. No, 7 Eastern. Unless they changed it again. Last week they went at 6 o'clock Central. If they did, then they did. I was here first. Oh, that's mean, huh? I know. Okay, do this one yellow. May also goes at that time, so they have to compete with her, and that's some stiff competition right there, friends. The only thing about May and just kind of like Gina K's chat is there's everything gets lost in the chat because it's just so busy. Like thousands of people there. Oh, they're just finishing up? Oh, goodness. Okay. All right. I'm getting there, but I still have some fussy cutting to do. These will be simple. And I don't even know that I'll need all these presents, but looking at it, it looks like I need to do this in a landscape. All right, let's do some cutting and get this card put to. Oh, I still have to do a sentiment too. Oh, good grief. Well, you guys, I don't know if you know this or not, but when I do my design team work, it takes me hours because I do a prototype before I ever film myself making the card. Sometimes more than one prototype because I didn't like the way the first one looked and I needed to make changes. I don't need no stinky sentiment, right? This kind of says it all, but that'll be easy enough to do. And there's always the replay. And I'm not getting too fancy on my fussy cutting here because there's a lot. These are small. Okay. I was thinking I'd try to make this Christmas, but I just decided that I'm just not ready. I'll do my design team Christmas stuff, but otherwise, no. And then, my sheet loads and stuff like that because, you can get a lot done. Well, yeah, and I totally get that too. Not caring or, feeling like you did your best. But as I mentioned earlier, I have this anxiety problem. And the more I've been doom scrolling, the more I'm finding out that that's actually a symptom of ADHD, which I didn't know I had. But I might, or even autism. Oh my goodness, that could be possible too. I mean, I know a couple of my kids had ADHD and it pretty much just went untreated. Um, cause how many paws are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 presents. Okay, okay. I have an idea. What I'm finding out though is that a lot of creators suffer from anxiety. And I find that funny because a lot of us go live and manage, it's like but probably just before my lives even now, and I've been doing it for probably 3 or 4 years, is I'm nervous. And I dread it, and I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do it. I have to make myself do it. And I'm fine once I'm here. It's just that mental preparation. You need all the sparklies now. Elizabeth, I think you're the only one here, at least the only one chatting. So, but anyways, I'm not going to be changing my times. Um, I've already done plenty of adjusting around other creators, and I'm just not going to do it anymore. Because, I don't know. All right, what am I missing? Oh, yeah. I'm going to cut these all. And each present is going to have its paw. Come here. That looks funky, NASA. Fix it. Fix it. Okay. Uh-oh, where are the rest of my paws? Here they are. You're lurking? Okay. Oh, I'm sorry you don't feel well. That's okay. Lurking is fine. Or even disappearing is fine. I understand it. I do it all the time. Because, you know, stuff comes up. You don't feel good, for instance. That looks funky, NASA, too. Let's fix it. I can't abide by weird edges. There we go. The dude does not abide. Okay. These were easy enough to fussy cut out. I love this little paw, this little tiger stripe paw. And hopefully this will be a birthday card any kid would love, or even adult. Cat lover. Any cat lover. All right. We have these guys, and obviously I'm going to trim them off. Got our little presents. I think I want to do them kind of wonky. I'm going to need tweezers. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to pop each one of these guys up, and I'm not going to do massive popping, okay? I'm going to do minor popping. So let me grab something to pop with. These are pretty low. I don't want low profile. I don't want high profile. Okay, fine. Hang on. Use these guys. And make them wonky. That way, if I don't get them on there straight, it doesn't matter. Right? I know I'll use the cats again, but most of these I probably won't use again. Who knows? Like somebody didn't care and they just tossed the presents everywhere. Hey, happy Thursday. Irene, good to see you. This is no 15-minute card, by the way. You guys don't follow Irene, Artemis Maid. She has a show on Wednesdays, which is a lot of fun, called Card Chaos. And the problem, what happened to me with that is that 3 of my favorite people go live on Wednesdays at the same time. So I'm always torn. Where do I go? Come here, you. Ah, these doggone things. I don't know. Some one of my followers sent them to me, which was really super thoughtful. But they are a little bit of a bear to work with. Get on there. Get you up a bit. Ooh, that was bad planning. Let's do. Okay, that'll work. All right, now the cat paws can go on the lower profile. Oh, thanks, Elizabeth. Appreciate it. Yeah, 15 minutes is a goal. 2 hours is a goal. Now I want the lower ones. And let's get the 3Ms. These are going to take a couple. I want them to be well supported. But I still want them to appear back behind. I do want to keep them in their kind of rainbow order best I can. Okay. Okay, this one I think. Yeah. Could have just as easily done their little faces. But I didn't, and that's that. Cute. Totally, I'm going the wrong way. Okay, we'll get this one that looks a little bit phallic to me, but whatever. How is Ollie anyways? What happened with him? Doggone it, Bobby. Get off there. These are fun. These are fun. I didn't get them in the right order, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, sometimes when you're thinking of an idea and you can't put it together in your mind, you just have to trust the process and hope. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah. Come on. Ugh. And last little chubby black one. That one's chubby, isn't it? That's true. They don't know the order. Oh no. I'll call them. And you were sick too. I hope you're feeling better. Okay, I'm going to cut that off. I'm going to cut some of this white off. It's okay if it comes all the way to the edge almost. All right, we're going to glue that directly down. Oh, strip. Oh, great idea, Dawn. Just leave it upside. I do that too. I'm just like, you know what? I'm done. That's enough. I'm over it. I mean, in these situations, again, on my design team stuff, not so much, but I typically don't stamp on the inside of the card. Get this one where I totally screwed up when I stamped it. Like I said, it doesn't matter, as I can just trim that part off. No big a deal. And I'm not, I think I'm going to go there with it. Let's at least get the hair off of there. The dye hair. I'm going to go here. We'll clip that off right there. Thank you. So I'll be here again tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. And then Sunday I'll be on Making Cards with Friends, which will be fun. I don't know if I like them crisscross that way, but that's the way they are, so that's the way it is. And let's see here. Where's the Bruce Monroe stamp set? All in favor of wishing you a happy birthday, say meow. We'll take it. Fussy cut that out or cut it out in a banner. I'm going to call that card done. I used 3 items from my stash that I've never used before. Oh, good thing I decided to go landscape with that, because this is a pretty long sentiment. Get off there, you little turd. It's a pretty long sentiment. Just go ahead and stamp that in black. And I'll use my Stellar. Okay, good enough. I'll clean that off later. This is the last stamp I'll be stamping tonight. Okay, here comes the fun part, me getting this straight. And I'm just going to line it up. Luckily, it's all uppercase, so I don't have to worry about anything. I don't have to worry about anything except for I want it a little bit less white space on there. Here's where I run into trouble, is trying to trim off that white space. Okay, that works. And just trim that straight. I'm not making a huge deal out of this sentiment. I can go popped up right there. And we'll be done. Are they smaller? Okay. I mean, I find that a lot of stamp companies kind of repeat designs in their own kind of style. I do love Unity stamps. I do. I have a few, not too many. Hold that straight right there. I think I want that up a little bit higher. Got this little extra piece right here, which I kind of want to use, so I'm going to kind of put it in that corner, and then we'll call it done. And now I can put those stamps away back into my I'll probably never use again pile. And I don't think it needs embellishment. What do you guys think? Does it need embellishment? I mean, I could put glossy accents on the toe beans, but I don't think I will. I like this one now. It made me happy. Anyway, that's the card for today. Make sure it opens the proper way. It does. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, they're kind. I bought. I have my personalized stamp from. Is it Rob? I can't remember his name. Perfection. Anyway, I hopefully Meow will see Meow tomorrow at 9 o'clock Central Time AM, where I'm working on my little recipe journal. And then Sunday night, and I'll post it on my community tab if I remember, over at Making Cards with Friends. Is it Making Cards with Friends? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up. Thanks again for your time, and see you around the rooms. Bye.